In a new docuseries, Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, Schneider is accused of inappropriate and abusive behavior against people on set, including child actors and female writers.
Dan, he was the head writer, so Dan kind of ran things.
A lot of these kids in the entertainment industry are vulnerable.
Hey everybody, I wanted to let my fans know that I'm taking the board exam to get my manicurist license this Tuesday. I really hope I pass the test this time. I will let you all know if I do or don't, of course, and I'll keep retaking it until I get the license. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye.
A prosthetic nose, like an enlarged nose, and they put this same nose on the costume. Can't help but notice that it looks like testicles on my shoulders.
I was sleeping on the couch where I would usually sleep. I woke up to him. It was
I may or may not have found him. But all I'm saying is that if you do go on the website and you do find his address and all his information, I am telling you right now that I am not responsible for anybody else's actions. So if they find the information and do what they wanted to do, that is up to whichever individual decides to do that.
Hello and welcome to Influencer Police, a place where we expose the lies, the cheating, and the dirty ways of these filthy influencers. Today's suspects: Dan Schneider, Brian Peck, and Nickelodeon execs and people behind the scenes being creeps and being exposed on the new Nickelodeon doc Quiet on Set, as well as new victims coming out from Nickelodeon child stars and new allegations coming out. I'm Chief Coconut, and today I am joined by Detective Doodleberry. Let's get into it. So last week, the documentary Quiet on Set came out, and it premiered on HBO and Amazon Prime, I think, but you had to buy it on Amazon. Anyways, basically it's a documentary that came out. I'm sure everyone watching this has already heard about it or saw it themselves, but it was basically these journalists that got together to expose the creepiness that went on during our childhoods at Nickelodeon. I think a lot of this took place in like early 2000s, mid 2000s, all those stars.
Also like the 90s too.
The 90s, yeah, I guess they covered all that and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They could have covered more even earlier because child stars from even before that are coming out. But anyways, it basically covered from all that to like Sam and Cat, all that time. And basically the creepiest things were being exposed. I personally think that the doc actually could have covered way more and left a lot like out.
I think it was like, it felt like it was lacking some details, and like it felt like they were censoring like details a little bit.
It really feels like they didn't.
They were like holding back.
They were holding so back, and maybe it was because like they don't want to get sued. But I'm like, baby, you already came this far.
I know.
Let's just rip off the Band-Aid.
Like, let's just go for it, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, what is this? Also, before I even get into like what was talked about, I just want to say that Alexa Nicholas, who like is the creator of Eat Predators, and I fucking love her. They literally had her sit down for hours, like being interviewed for this doc, and they put like nothing of her actual trauma in, and just like the one scene in Zoe 101 with the goop pop. And I'm like, that's insulting.
Mm-hmm.
And also they had her mom sit down for hours talking about the mom's experience and trauma, and they put none of it in. And I'm just like, who the fuck are these people that did this doc? Like, yeah, thanks for doing the doc, but you didn't do it justice.
It was interesting. Like, it was a lot of crazy information, but at the same time, like, I'm like, there has to be more.
There 100%
But it was
has
so
to be.
crazy. Like, even with the people who worked with him, like the 2 writer women.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And so there's like these 2 writer women who were being interviewed and like talking about their time, like working with Dan Schneider, working for Nickelodeon. And basically Dan Schneider was like super sexist. I mean, no surprise.
So basically, like, these 2 women, they had like experience and like they were offered the job on the condition that they shared a salary.
And they were writers.
Yeah, so they were like writers, like in like the room with like Dan and like these other men that were also writers, like to write the scripts and all the like, you know, the little scenes and shit. And they wrote on like all that and I think a couple other shows. Anyways, so basically these ladies, they had to like share a salary while every other man that was also a writer had like a full salary. And, like, that was the only way they could accept the job. And one of the ladies, she was forced to, like, well, basically Dan would, like, make these ladies, like, act out weird things, like, in the writing room, like, inappropriate, like, scenarios.
Yeah.
And, like, sexual scenarios. Like, he would make these women, like, blurt out that they're sluts and like these crazy things. Like in the middle of like the workday, he would like send them a message on the computer and be like, blurt out the word slut right now. And if they would ignore it, he would keep messaging them and be like, slut right now, like say it. Like,
can we say that word on YouTube?
I don't know, you can maybe just like bleep it out, but he would make them scream like inappropriate things about themselves. He would make them act out inappropriate things.
So he had one of the ladies who, in my opinion, was the more attractive one. No offense. No offense.
That's so mean.
I'm sorry, but like it's true.
Aww.
So what? Can you get over it?
That other lady had balls though. She was the one that was like taking it to court. So
yeah, the other lady had balls. Anyways, so this lady, he had like lay down and act out being F-worded. Fucked. And like in front of like the whole room of writers. And then even like the other lady was like, that was like so fucking uncomfortable. And the lady that it happened to like was so uncomfortable to this day she couldn't even talk about it. And I'm like, that is so awkward and creepy.
It is really disturbing. So disturbing. Like,
so
ew.
gross.
Like, and just like looking at Dan Schneider, like, of course. You know what I mean? The
ugliest troll.
Yeah. Just the whole thing is so disgusting.
Yeah. And then also like, then apparently like the lady that happened to, she got fired because of like, she had a couple like social like outings. Like I don't really get that part. Like she like had a life and like did a couple things like on her free time and then got fired. Like it makes no sense. Like,
I know. I don't get it either.
I don't get that. If you guys understood like what the fuck they were saying, then please let us know. And then the other lady like was the only lady then like, I bet she got asked to come back. I think she got a full salary.
No, she didn't.
Oh, what?
She got asked to come back for free.
You're right.
She got asked to come back for free.
No, she got asked to come back and then work for 11 weeks for free.
Yeah, she had to work like
2 months.
2 months for free, basically. And then when she left, they gave like a full salary to this new guy that had no experience.
And the reason she left is because I think like her second day like on their return, like coming back,
Dan like wanted a massage from her.
No, that's not true. That's not why. I mean, I'm sure she had to do that, but she actually came. So they had like, so she was the only woman left. So all like Dan Schneider and all the guy writers like had a private guy like writer meeting for like hours. And then they call in the only woman left, and they're like, come into the writing room and like present us your like sketch for the week. So she presents it and stuff, and then they say nothing about it. And then Dan Schneider or someone goes, didn't you used to do phone sex work?
Oh, right.
Yeah. And then she was just like, what the fuck? Like, she said she didn't do it, but like, maybe she did. But like, even then it's like, excuse me? Like, I'm here right now, bitch, and I'm like presenting my job I'm currently working.
I know, literally.
That is so inappropriate for you to like bring that up. Like, you're disgusting and you're sexist.
And like, we all know why he was trying to bring that
We
up.
all know why, to belittle her, to like
probably even make her like do something.
Who fucking knows? And then she was so uncomfortable. I think she cried and then quit and then never came back. And then she like sued them. And I think she won a settlement, and she says like she did it because like she wanted to make a change and hopefully like it would stop, but it never stopped.
No, it never stopped, yeah.
So that's...
And they also said that like all the like women that worked on the set, like the people who worked in like costume, like the PAs, all these ladies, they had to like massage Dan Schneider on set.
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of the actors, like as kids,
all of them, they all saw it.
They all saw it, and they would say like he was always getting massaged like by somebody. It is so fucking weird, bro. Like, what?
Yeah, and the people said like if they didn't massage them and like stop everything they were doing, even if they're like hella busy, like they could get fired.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, hire a masseuse and do it on your own time.
I know, and freak. Like in front of kids, like that's so gross and inappropriate.
He's like trying to act like the big man, like a girl like feeding him grapes, massaging him. I'm just like, shut the fuck up, you're so ugly, you'll never be.
Literally just trying to abuse the little power that he has. Pussy.
What a fucking pussy.
Such an ugly... honestly, I wish I could see these people on the street.
Same, small dick energy, micro.
I wish I could see you on the street, bitch. Anyway.
So, anyways, let's get into, like, the child actors and what they had to say. Because we just, like, randomly, like, started with the woman, but, like,
well,
sure.
It wasn't random for me, because, listen, people, I watched this shit last night, and, like, that's how the doc started.
Oh, with the woman?
Yeah, it started with them. So that's why I wanted to start with them, get it out the way, you know?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean... we all know, like, this is a sexist world, and men just think they dominate everything, but, yeah, it's no surprise. Especially back then, like, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get into the children. Now, they had, like, they had a lot of all that stars on this doc. I feel like the most of anything. I feel like the newer shows, like, Victorious, like, no one was on, like, no one from Sam and Cat, no one from iCarly. It was all, like, all that and shit. Like, the only people that, like, could speak out.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so there's a lot of shit going on during this time. Like, a lot of racist jokes. A lot of sexual jokes.
Can we just talk about the black guy? What was his... I don't know his name, but...
I don't know any of their names.
I don't know any of their names, to be honest. Like...
yeah.
Way before my time. But anyways, so the black actor in all that when he was a kid, the one that
had a couple of them.
The one that had to play
Baby
the big
fetus.
nose.
Oh.
The big nose costume, was that not racist?
That was so bad.
And how did they not mention that in this documentary?
Okay, so in an all that sketch, like comedy sketch, they had this like black little boy play like a big nose superhero. And they basically put a big prosthetic nose on this kid. And then to top it fucking off, they put fake, really big noses, like, on his shoulders. One on each shoulder. But they didn't look like noses. They looked like...
Oh,
they look like P words. Like a private part of a male.
Wiener.
A wiener on his shoulders.
Yeah, disgusting.
And the guy was, like, talking, like, saying how uncomfortable he felt, how fucking weird it was.
And, like, but why didn't they say it was racist? Like, how was that not racist? Am I tripping?
I mean, I feel like it's, like, yeah.
Isn't that, like, that's gotta be, like, come on. Right? But even if it wasn't intended to be like that, it's the things on his shoulders were phallic. I know, literally disgusting. Like, ew. And then the baby fetus. What the actual fuck was that? And a lot of the guys were complaining that they had to be in, like, really skin tight leotards and, like, they felt super uncomfortable, like, with their bodies and they felt so exposed. And they had to do these, like, crazy skits where they're basically being, like, tortured, like, every single episode. Yeah, well, that's, like, they're kind of trying to, like, do Fear Factor, and, like, they'd have them, like, be in a bath of worms and eat a scorpion and, like, stick your head into, like, crazy things. Like, oh, the worst. Put peanut butter all over your body and get licked by dogs. That is... I'm like, when I saw that, I wanted to throw up. I wanted to, like... I would throw fucking hands. Like, that is too far. That's so disgusting. I think they were trying to make it, like, bestiality. There was something going on there. There's some weird perversion. There was weird shit going on there. A lot of weird perversion. That was disturbing. That was... I feel so bad for that guy. Oh my god, when I seen that, oh my god. I was like, no. Oh, hell no. I think I, like, had to, like, look away. I was like... How the fuck did this air, like, I, like, watched it a little bit, I think, but, like, I don't remember any of that shit. He is strong for sitting through that somehow. But what's so sad is, like, a lot of these kids were, like, just trying to, like, support their families, and, like, they didn't want to get fired, so insane. They just did whatever they were told, and, like, if you push back, you're fired. Which one of them, like, did push back, and the mom pushed back, and then they got fired. And then, like, they had, like, resentment with each other for a long time until they realized, like, no, that show was, like, disgusting. Literally disgusting. But, yeah, it would, like, put a strain, like, on these kids. Like, they couldn't, like, complain or they're fired. Like, they had no rights. Like, no one cared. Honestly, then just get fired, babe. Like, fuck it. The only thing is, like... They were, like, supporting their families, and, like, they just wanted to be successful. Well, you're a child. You shouldn't have to be in 100%. Like, hell no. 100%, but, like, that was the position they were in. But anyways, there's this one guy who had to be a baby fetus, so they put him in a skin-tight leotard, and then made him look like a weird baby. And then he had to, like, be the youngest rapper alive. But, like, it was just, like, really weird. It was really, really, like, just weird. I don't even understand it. Like, who thinks of this? And, like, the guy said he was, like, super uncomfortable, like, with this whole thing. And then he said, like, whoever was, like, matching his, like, skin tone with the leotard, like, said his skin was, like, charcoal. The color of charcoal. They said the leotard should be charcoal. Oh, the leotard should be... well, like, isn't that the same fucking thing? Basically. And he said, like, he was so offended, like, which is so rude. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And, like, so dumb. Like, what? So dumb, so gross. And he said, like, his makeup artist at the time was just, like, comforting him. And, like, he was just so uncomfortable. And, like, I don't fucking blame him. Like, you're gonna say that to a kid? Like, you're a pussy. Such a pussy. Throw a pair of balls. Shut the fuck up and get the fuck out and get fired, bitch. Literally, bye. But of course they won't get fired. No. They'll get promoted. And then there's that one girl who got, like, ousted because of Amanda Bynes. Like, she was gonna be, like, the Amanda Bynes, but then she, like, hit puberty, and then, like, they're like, we're done with you. You don't look like a kid anymore. Okay, but be so for real. Like, Amanda Bynes is, like, way more talented than her. Of course. That's why I was kind of like, girl, like... I know. When she was, like... oh my god, okay, sorry, like, to be a fucking hater, but I'm gonna be a fucking hater for a second. I don't even know who the fuck that girl's name is. So sorry. I know I just said I watched it last night. But, whatever the fuck her name was, that girl that was like, oh, I was, like, the star of all that. I'm like, I don't remember you. I know, I mean, I don't even think I was alive, so, like... I'm like, I was, like, probably, like, a fucking, like, just a newborn baby, almost. If anybody out there has seen, like, let me know in the comments if you know, like, if that girl was as relevant as she was putting on, because she was saying, like, she was it, basically.
She was it, girl.
And that Dan was offering her, like, her show instead of, like, you know, the Amanda Bynes show, what we got. The Amanda show.
So iconic.
And then she basically said she got, like, kicked off for Amanda, and
then she just went to college and, like, had a normal life. Like, good for you.
Yeah, pretty much, but I'm just like, bitch, I've never even heard of you before in my life. Like, what are you talking about?
I know, I've literally never, like, I don't know if you were the it girl, but, like if you say
Amanda
so.
Bynes was
I mean,
iconic.
Yeah, Amanda Bynes was iconic, but let's get into Amanda Bynes and all of that. So I really feel like the doc just did not do justice with Amanda Bynes.
I don't understand why Amanda Bynes wasn't in this documentary.
Maybe they asked her and she declined.
Then ask harder. Like, what are you doing? Like, Amanda needs money. Give her some money and help her and get her in this documentary.
Honestly, it's just like they could have had so many more people. It's like, did they even ask? Or did like people just decline?
I know. Where is Victoria Justice?
Well, people are saying that she signed an NDA.
I would assume so. So that's what I think. I think like a lot of these people like took hush money.
Yeah, because they're offering like hundreds of thousands to shut the fuck up. Which should be illegal, in my opinion.
I know. But fuck that shit. Like, shout out to Jeanette McCurdy for not taking that money.
So fucking real. But like, they didn't even have her on. And it's like, I get she's told her story by now and like she has a book and everything, but come on.
Well, maybe that's why like she doesn't even have to go on, because her entire story is just like in writing that they can just quote.
I guess it is like, I still would have liked to have seen her on it, like, you know.
But I mean, like, she wasn't like, was she like SA'd or something? Like, what went on with her exactly?
Honestly, I still have to read her book, and
like, I don't really know her story. Like, I wish they would have like mentioned that in there.
I know, like, I wish they would have mentioned more of her story, because like I have yet to read her book, but like I'm gonna do that soon.
I know, seriously, like, I feel like there were so many things, like, there's so many rumors about all those shows that I've heard about. Like, I've heard that the Victorious, like, cast used to get drunk while they would film their show, like, allegedly. I heard that, like, allegedly, like, Dan Schneider would try to give the iCarly kids alcohol, like, on the set, and he would try to get them to loosen up or something. Like, I've heard so many rumors, I'm like, are we not going to talk about that?
And I've heard rumors that he impregnated Jamie Lynn, and she had the baby.
And Amanda Bynes.
And Amanda Bynes got an abortion.
Allegedly.
So there's a clip actually from the Amanda show that there's like a little skit, the intro of the show, and there's this man that's like, your stomach's empty now. Like, do you want like something to like fill your stomach before we like start the show? And then they're like, if you buy 40 pretzels, you can have a baby. And people are saying that this was right after her alleged abortion, and then like she also like looked like really uncomfortable when this was happening. Like, it kind of seemed like a joke that was written because she actually had the alleged abortion.
Jesus Christ.
And I'll put the clip in here because I fucking have that clip.
Whew.
And also with the Amanda show, there's a lot of people going back to the Amanda Bynes website, and really creepy shit is on that website.
Oh, yeah, I saw some of that on TikTok.
Like her body parts, like, guess this body part.
Oh, but it's so unfortunate that the links are like...
Some of the body part pictures are up, though.
There's gotta be somebody who can, like, get those old links.
I know, yeah.
Like, there's gotta be somebody. Not that I want everybody to, I don't know. Not that I need that to be exposed, but, like, what the fuck even was that website?
And then also, they also were showing, like, what was it? Like, something about underwear? Like, remote control underwear or something weird?
Yeah.
Just, like, really weird shit. And also people were saying, like, in the show itself, they would always, like, give a lot of details about Amanda Bynes. Like, details that we didn't need to know.
Oh my god.
Like, her blood type and...
Ew.
Her, like, everything.
The scene of Dan Schneider in the hot tub with Amanda Bynes. what the actual fuck.
Yeah.
And then him saying, like, I'm the creator, like, I write everything, like, basically saying that, like, he's the reason why they're in the hot tub together, because, like, he wants it.
Yeah, and then making her be like, can I get a raise? And him being like, no. Like, she's just like a little puppet under his control.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what else? Well, then Amanda Bynes been... Well, we don't really know what happened to her, but apparently she also, like, Dan, like, wanted her to get emancipated from her parents, and, like, that was while she was on that one show, What I Like About You, I think.
Yeah.
And then, like, that show, like, ended really quickly. And slowly after, something happened to her, which, like, she just one day flipped on all of us, and she's never been the same. And I'm like, what happened to you, boo? Like, what really happened to you? Like, please talk about it.
Like, something seriously, like, sinister happened to her.
Sinister.
I feel it in my bones. Like, something that is very abnormal, because seriously, like, y'all just look at her now. Like, I hate to say it, but, like, goddamn, like, what the fuck happened to you? Seriously.
I know, I'm like, what happened to you?
What happened to her? She even ended up in a conservatorship with her parents.
Yeah, but I think that ended.
It ended recently, but still.
I mean, yeah, well, I kind of get bad juju from her parents.
Me too, 100%.
Really bad juju.
Just, like, old and creepy, you know?
Like, trying to steal her money.
Like, giving, like, the Spears family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, let's not forget that Amanda had that, like a Finsta Twitter that, like, named Ashley.
Yeah.
And she was just, like, exposing, like, this is all alleged, but she's, like, exposing, like, tea. She's saying her parents are, like, stealing my money, and, like, I had to get an abortion from, like, Dan Schneider.
Dude, I remember seeing that, like, in real time back in the day, like, on Twitter. That was such an iconic Twitter time.
That's crazy. So it's, like, people are... And she posted her, like, ID, like, on that account. She's like, this is fucking me, and I'm, like, saying what's happening. And then after that...
I really wonder if that was her. You know?
I feel like it was her. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but anyways, so Dan Schneider and all of these, like, Nickelodeon shows, they'd always have, like, the kids do really sexual innuendos, and they'd be, like, secretly hidden in the show. Mm-hmm. Like, feet and, like, cum shots.
Did you see the fucking scene and all that where, like, the pickle boy...
The pickle boy.
The pickle boy.
Oh my god, Brian Peck as the pickle boy. And then...
Isn't that insanely disturbing?
Yes.
Him putting the pickle through the door hole.
Yes, and then that Ray
man,
Romano, whatever, like, his name is.
The pickle.
Yes, like, so,
that was,
like
right in our faces, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, subliminal messaging, like, right in our face.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure, like, any adult that watched it could pick up on that.
And was like, what the fuck?
But, like, kids, like, they don't get it. They're just like, oh, this is weird. Like
weird,
like, weirdo. Yeah, like a weirdo.
It's
like,
really disturbing.
It's so disturbing. And, you know, let's talk about this Brian Peck guy.
Oh, God.
So we're, like, 30 minutes in and we're just getting into Brian Peck. There's, like, so much to unpack here, though.
There's so much to unpack here.
Brian Peck, P-word, PDF file, convicted. He, unfortunately, got Drake Bell.
Y'all, when I found out about this shit, I was so shook.
I was so shook.
Just like, wow.
Like, wow, you know? You would never fucking know. It was not, like, it did not get out in the media. Like, obviously,
not even close. It's insane.
It's insane, the cover up.
Like, I'm, like, still speechless. Like, I don't even know what to even say about this. Like, I'm just like, whoa.
I know, like, I literally would never think, ever.
No, and, like, I grew up, like, watching Drake and Josh, you know, like, love Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
Rewatched it recently.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, you know, like a year ago maybe, I'm just like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
whoa, that is so incredibly sad and fucked up and insane. Like, mind-blowingly insane. Wow.
So basically this PDF file managed to get in between his dad and like, well, would you explain that? He basically made everyone hate his dad, which is like the only guy that was protecting him.
Because the dad was uncomfortable with this man. Because the dad saw that Brian Peck was like starting to like hang around Drake so much, like showing up to all of his concerts, like outside of set. Trying to like get Drake to go over to his house to like be coached on acting and like dialogue or whatever the fuck.
Be really touchy with him.
Being touchy with him on set, trying to like help him get his clothes on in wardrobe, coming into his dressing room.
I think even taking him to like fun activities, like, you know, like Universal or something.
Yeah, like wanting to go to Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland.
Offering to like throw his birthday party at his house. Like all this weird shit. And the dad was just like, no.
Yeah.
And the dad like brought it up to production and they basically told him like, oh, you're just saying that because Brian's gay, you're homophobic.
Yeah.
And the dad didn't even know that Brian was gay. And honestly, if I was the dad, that would have concerned me even fucking more. I would have been like, oh, great. Like, so you're telling me he's into guys. Like, oh, great. So, like, confirmed. Holy
I know, I'm
fuck.
like, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you are, bitch. You're being inappropriate.
That blew my mind, like, for them to say that. Like, it's like, huh? Yeah, he's touching on my son. Are you not hearing what I'm saying? Anyways, literally. So basically, Brian Peck, he knew that the dad did not fuck with him and was trying his best to like keep Drake away from him. And so basically he started getting in Drake's ear and telling him that he needed a new manager because Drake's dad was his manager.
And stealing his money and like doing...
He was like lying to Drake, telling him like if he wanted to go far in the industry, he needed a new manager. Like yada yada yada, just basically manipulating Drake and telling him that his dad was like gonna be the end of him and all this shit, and, like,
and manipulating his mom, which was divorced from the dad, which also seems really dumb. This mom, but
I know the mom, like, go fuck off. Like,
I know,
do not fuck
like,
with this mom. This
literally,
mom is a fucking idiot weirdo. Like, be
no
so
offense,
for real, like, you dumbass bitch.
Literally, I'm like, are you fucking
go
kidding
fuck off.
me?
Like, honestly,
like, what the
fuck
fuck,
you, bitch.
dude?
Ooh,
I'm like, because of your stupid actions, like, your son, like...
I know, who in their right mind just lets their, like, 14-year-old, 13-year-old, 15-year-old son, like, stay the night at some fucking random man's house? I don't give a fuck that he has, like, auditions the next day. I don't know about y'all, but I would never let my kid just, like, be doing that. Never. Like, this guy doesn't have any kids. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like it's a slumber party or something.
No.
Like, this is not it. This is just not it. And the dad even told the mom, like, do not let this man be alone around my son.
Yeah.
And the mom
did
just,
not
like,
give a fuck.
Oh my god, it's so insane. So this man just, like, slithered his way into Drake's entire fucking life and basically ended up getting him, like, over at his house constantly and all this shit. And
sleeping over for auditions, back-to-back auditions.
And he ended up, like, seriously, like, abusing...
saying him.
Like, the worst of the worst to this poor kid.
Poor kid. Drake, like, while he was on this documentary talking about it, basically said, like, it was the worst things you could imagine from an essay assault, and he, like, is so uncomfortable, like, he can't even speak on it.
And the fact that this man only went to prison for, what, like, a year?
Yeah, 16 months, I think.
It makes no sense.
Well, what's disgusting is the 41 letters written to defend him and to lower his sentence.
Is that why it was only a year? Like, I don't understand.
I think so. I think because, like, he had so many connects in Hollywood, and, like, the judge is probably, like, compromised and a piece of shit, obviously.
That, like, that makes no sense. Like, shouldn't there be, like, a minimum sentence on, like, heinous crimes?
That probably was the minimum.
How could that be the minimum for, like, those things that he did?
You know what's crazy is Ruby Frankie's minimum, I think, was a year for, like, each allegation.
What the actual fuck? I do not understand.
Yeah, well, they don't care about kids, so...
But
the justice system
power.
is not just.
I literally cannot stand this country.
I cannot stand this country either, and, like, there needs to be complete reform of, like, everything. Like, it is so fucking corrupt.
I can't stand this country. That is so sad.
It's so fucked.
And when he said, like, when they were in the courtroom and it was just, like...
Oh, no,
like,
I know. So, while he was in the courtroom, like...
Sorry about laughing.
For this Brian Peck guy to, like, get his sentence... Brian Peck, the PDF file, had 50 people on his side. Everyone that was, like, actors and, like, in production and, like,
yeah, Drake
everyone
said,
in the
like,
industry.
Drake was, like, familiar faces.
Familiar faces. And Drake had his mom and brother. And that was it.
That's so crazy.
And what's really sad is he finally gets convicted and stuff, and then Drake realizes, like, his dad is not a bad person, and, like, what Brian Peck did, the manipulation. So he calls his dad to be like, they finally got, like, Brian Peck, like, he's, like, going to jail or prison, whatever. And the dad's like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad, like, he never got to you, and, like, he's being locked up. And then Drake's just like, oh my gosh, like, I couldn't tell him at the time, like, it was because of me. And then eventually, like, the dad knew, but he was crying during this doc, and, like, it broke my heart. I'm like...
It was so sad.
So sad. I'm like, this poor dad. And, like, it's so sad.
Like,
he's,
he
like...
tried so hard.
So hard. He's like, I'll never, like, be the same. Like, I'll never be the same ever again.
Oof.
It was so fucking sad.
Shit, I'll never be the same. Like, I'll never, like, look at any of those shows the same ever again.
Me either, and it's so crazy because it's, like, our childhood. And I feel like everyone, like, wanted to be, like, on a show like that. Like, when you're growing up.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You're like, oh, I want to, like, be on a show like that. Like, I want to be on a show.
Because they really make it look like they're having so much fun.
Yeah. It's like, no.
No, they're really not. Like, holy crap.
So, we have to get into the fact that Brian Peck, this PDF file, has, like, a long history of being a creep. And, like, more victims are coming out. We have Michael Bauer, who came out. He was on some, like, show before Dan Schneider's time. Like, I forgot what the show was called, but basically Brian Peck did the same thing to this guy. And he was, like, smart. Full blown, like, tried to get him into his hotel room.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, like, tried to, like, get him to sleep over. And, like, for the same things, like, the dad's, like, busy working, but he has to go to auditions. So Brian Peck offers to, like, take him to auditions, or, like, he was working on a movie with him, so it's like, oh yeah, like, just stay in my hotel room for, like, a month. It's, like, crazy shit. But he was lucky because his dad and just his own intuition, like, saved him from so many creepy things. Like, he even, like, was working on a movie with Brian Peck, and in this, like, quote-unquote horror movie, like, with little boys, which Brian Peck directed and produced or something, or wrote, and he made, like, the characters little boys.
Of course.
So this kid was, like, in it, and there was this one scene they wanted him to be naked and put maggots all over his body. And this kid was like, I'm not being naked and I'm not having maggots put on my body. So then they changed it so, okay, he's going to wear pajamas and put mealworms all over his body. So he gets to set and they hand him a translucent pajama pants, and inside the bucket of worms is actual maggots. So it's like a mixture, like half and half, I think.
Ew.
And he's like, I am not wearing translucent pajamas, like, go out and buy me another pair. And they were, like, trying to fight him on it and stuff, and he's like, absolutely not, like, go buy me another pair. So then they came back with white pajamas with a little bit of blue on it, and they made it white on purpose. So it was hard to find all of the like maggots and stuff like when he's cleaning up afterwards, because Brian Peck wanted to go into the bathroom with him to find the maggots in his crevices and in his pajamas while he changed back. And he even tried to go into the changing room with this kid before the shoot and after, like, and he was getting pissed the fuck off that this kid was like, absolutely not, like, you're not coming in here, like, my dad could come in here if I needed anyone. And that was like his little plan all along, was to get this guy like undressed in the bathroom.
Disturbing.
Yeah, and this same kid said like this Nickelodeon executive who was like, I think they shot this show in New York, because like they have like the New York set and they have like the West Coast set. So this guy was from like the West Coast and would fly in for like, you know, occasions, and he basically groomed this kid and his friend into like trusting him enough to go to his hotel room one night, because this exec was like, oh, I'm gonna play your favorite movie and have popcorn and candy, and then we're gonna like have a sleepover. And this guy was like, I'm not sleeping over, but like, yeah, I'm down for like my favorite movie and a popcorn machine and all that. So he goes there, and then this executive tries to give him and his friend alcohol, and probably, I'm going to assume, was like, you know, something in there to knock him out.
Probably like a sedative.
A sedative, yeah, but they basically like caught onto it and they're like, hell no, and they left. So this kid like got out of a lot of sketchy situations, but damn, it's crazy like hearing about it.
I know this guy is like an insane predator.
He's
like,
the whole
off the
Nickelodeon
rails.
People. It's crazy.
Whew, like, it takes my breath away. It's so fucking insane. Seriously, like, that's all I can say.
So another victim who came out that wasn't on the doc is the Rosalina, I can never remember. Rosalina girl from the Naked Brothers Band, which people are also like, the Naked Brothers Band.
I know, I never understood that.
I didn't either. I was like, the Naked Brothers Band? Why?
I've always thought that. Always!
Yeah, I was like, why are they the Naked Brothers
I've thought that
Band?
since I was like so little. I'm always like, why is it naked? But like, okay.
Yeah, like, I think we all were like, why? But now I kind of get why. But anyways. So basically she said that
hold up. That show in itself is disturbing. Like, whoo, y'all. That show.
Have you seen it recently?
Yes. Like,
oh, wow.
Literally, like, I've seen parts of it recently. Don't even ask. But,
okay.
So, don't even ask, y'all. But I just know all the lore. So, anyways.
Apparently.
In this fucking show, little Alex Wolf, like, he's probably, like, I think they say he's, like, 6 or 7, right? He's so young.
Such a toxic cat.
Literally. This young, tiny Alex Wolf, his babysitter, like, their nanny, basically, in the show, is, like, a grown-ass woman, right? Obviously, she's their nanny, okay? So she's overage, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say she's in her 20s or 30s. Like, she's a grown-ass woman.
Yeah.
In the show, they make Alex, like, hit on her, call her, like, his girlfriend, like, all this shit, and, like, saying that, like, she'll wait for him, and, like, it's really creepy.
Does she, like, go along with it?
Yeah, she goes along with it.
Oh, God. Is this the younger brother?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes, the baby brother.
Oh,
like,
my gosh.
The youngest person on the show.
Holy shit.
But what I found out, like, recently, y'all, that's their cousin.
No.
Yeah.
What?
That fucking lady, like, the nanny that's, like,
Are
his
you
girlfriend.
kidding me?
Their fucking cousin.
Okay, so the Rosalina girl literally said that, like, the whole cast was, like, Nepo babies and, like, related. So this makes so much sense.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Saying.
Wow.
And, the dad on the show is actually their dad.
Yeah, I heard. Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure him and their actual mom, who is, like, in the industry, like, both of their parents are in the industry, like, the film industry. She's, like, a director, I'm pretty sure, producer type shit.
Mm-hmm.
They, like, created the show, like, for their kids to, like, basically, like, be famous. Yeah.
Wow.
And then, like, casted, like, their own family. Yeah.
That is embarrassing. And that show is, like, just from, like, the one clip I've seen just of this, like, Rosalina. Is that it?
Yeah, Rosalina.
Rosalina girl. Like, that's all I need to say. Because it was so bad acting and, like, just so awkward and horrible and cringy. But anyways, this Rosalina girl, I don't know her name now, but anyways, she basically comes out and says that, okay, there's a couple things that she said. First of all, she said that she was forced to kiss an almost 40-year-old man, and she was 14 years old. And in this clip, this guy is, like, shoving his tongue, like, down her fucking mouth.
Ew.
And you can see she's, like, super uncomfortable, and, like, I'm like, why is
How old
this...
was she?
14.
Oh my god.
I'm like, why is this 14-year-old having... Why is this even a thing?
She was always, like, made out to be, like, an HOE on that show.
Yes, and she said that because people thought it was, like, a reality show and they didn't understand it was scripted, that she was bullied, harassed, and got so much hate from, like, fans.
I bet.
Yeah,
oh my god, I bet.
Yeah, she said she was, like...
Because, like, their kids watching it.
Yeah, like, she said she got, like, seriously, like, harassed. And people, like, hated her because they thought she was, like, a cheater.
Yes! I know someone personally that told me that they hated her as a kid.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
I'm like, wow.
Oh my god.
But, like, honestly, I remember watching that as a kid and hating her.
Really?
Because in the show, like, she is low-key trifling. Yes.
Wow, I don't think I hated her.
You, like, no, you do end up, like, not liking her because, like, she always, like, hurts Nat's feelings.
Oh, okay, well... I'm pretty sure I knew it was a show, so I was just like, okay, whatever.
Well, we didn't give that much of a fuck.
Yeah, we didn't, but, like, I could definitely see, like, people, like, doing that.
Just, like, of course, the one girl in the group.
Of course, but, like, she was really pretty, so I'm like, what the fuck? But anyways, or is pretty. But anyways, so another thing she said was, she said that, so she was, like, in Broadway and stuff like that. She's, like, busy acting or whatever. And she said, like, while she was, like, on the show, I think she was 14. Like, she's never had a kiss before. And, like, she didn't want her first kiss to be, like, on a TV set. Like, she wanted it to be, like, real life. And in a scene, I think they were gonna have her kiss Nat, which is, like, the brother.
The older brother, of course.
I think that was gonna be her first kiss, not the, like, 40-year-old, but I think it was supposed to be Nat.
Nat was only, like, 12.
And, yeah, the whole thing was disturbing. So, she said, absolutely not, like, that's not my first kiss, like, I'm not doing it. Her mom, like, backed her up. They're like, no way, like, she's not doing it. So they end up talking to some, like, female, like, producer or someone. I don't know what the exact her role was. Guess what this lady did?
What?
You won't even imagine. So this lady said, you're 14 and you haven't had your first kiss yet? Walks up to her and kisses her. And says, now you have. Now get on set.
No way.
Yes, allegedly, according to this girl.
Statutory essay.
Yes.
I have no words.
I have absolutely no words. When I heard that, I was like, excuse me?
My jaw literally hit the floor, y'all. Like, I wish y'all could see how silent and shocked I was.
I am shocked.
I was silenced. Were you silent or were you silenced? I was silenced.
I was silenced.
Woo!
Yes.
Oh my god.
Can you believe that?
Why the fuck weren't these people on the show? Why are you not on the show? Okay, but...
Yeah, I know.
I have to say something, though. I was on the TikTok before we were filming this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this post. I favorited it. That basically said that there was going to be the second dropping of episodes of this like series.
There is?
Allegedly. So it says right here, like, it's called Breaking the Silence.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 5.
Oh, like there's more to this?
There might be more to this, like, I'm not sure, so...
Well, get these motherfuckers up in that bitch because they have something to say.
I know, seriously, I'm like, yeah, there better be more to this because, like, that felt unfinished as fuck. The fuck?
So, I can't even believe that story. That is disgusting, repulsing, and, like, you know, what's crazy is, like, the same thing happened to Selena Gomez because her first kiss was on set on The Sweet Life, and she had to kiss one of them.
Who'd she kiss?
I can't remember if it was Cody or Zach. I feel like it was
But then
Cole.
these are the same people that will tell you that, like, it's just acting and it means nothing.
Literally.
So, like, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck that was your first kiss. Honestly, I don't care.
What? No, I care. Like,
I just hate Selena Gomez, but sorry, Rosalina.
well, Selena Gomez was excited to kiss them because she had a crush on, like, the one she kissed, I think.
Oh, well then slay.
Yeah, I think that's what she said. Don't quote me on it. But Rosalina was like, she was like, no, like, I do not want this to be my first kiss. And that's disgusting.
What I feel like? I feel like Nat Wolff, like, wanted to kiss her.
100. He was mad that she didn't want to kiss him.
I bet.
Yeah, he was, like, mad. Having a little rich boy tantrum.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Allegedly, yeah.
Like, ew. Oh my god.
And his acting was, like, the worst I've ever seen.
Him in general, just get him out of here. He looks
Out.
like that. Looks like that fucking rat from Ratatouille. He's a fucking rat.
That's what you call everyone. Okay, so there's one more victim, and I don't know her name, and I did not watch the show. She was in Haunted Hathaways.
I don't know what the fuck. I've never heard of that.
I guess it premiered in 2013 on Nick.
I've never heard of that in my life.
I've never heard of that in my life. I don't know what the fuck that is, but she was on the show, and
sure.
no, she was. Stop. Okay, so stop. Okay, she was on the show and she said that while, like, she was about to film or something, they were, like, sent computers from Nickelodeon, and when they turned on these computers, it was child porn.
Okay, you know what, though? You know what I don't get about this story? Like, if that happened to me, like, if someone gave that to me, to the police.
I don't know if they gave it to her.
To the police.
I think she just witnessed it.
And another thing I'd like to say, like, actually, I'm gonna stop myself.
It's probably best you stop yourself. But, so she said that, you know, she saw child porn on these computers, and then no one did anything. Like, no one investigated, no one cared. It was just like, whatever, another day there. And also, it was alleged, okay, apparently there's also, like, a couple other convicted PDF files on set during, like, all that, and the Amanda show and all that, and just, like, some really creepy shit. So, like, there's so many PDF files, like, around these kids that it is crazy. And another thing that we also forgot to mention was a year after Brian Peck got out of jail, prison, whatever it was, he was hired for The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody to be the mirror, the voice in the mirror.
He was, but I read online that he wasn't on set and he didn't, like, come in contact with anybody. And then, like, after Disney found out about his record, they changed the voice.
I don't give a fuck. He was still hired, and he was still on that show, and he still got money, and it was for Disney.
Insanity,
so.
Like, how would Disney not hear about that?
Shut the fuck up, they knew.
You know what I mean?
It was
like,
the one guy who wrote the letter that said I'd hire him again. I'd work with him again, and then he hired him.
That's absolutely insane.
And he says he didn't. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
I know, I saw that. Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
You're a fucking lying sack of shit.
Bitch.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
You're I hate these people.
Trash humans.
Fuck these people.
fuck them. And then, like, the one dude that Drake said he was, like, genuinely friends with and, like, bought, like, a really nice gift for him that, like, he was, like, interviewed on People, and he's now on SNL or something, and, like, People magazine interviewed him, and they said, bring, like, your favorite thing from your house, and he brought the gift that Drake gave him. And he wrote a letter to defend Brian Peck. And Drake did not know this. Yes, so Drake had a good friend in the industry that's now on SNL.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
but they were close. Like, he even, like, bought him, like, so I think, like, Princess Leia, what is that, Star Wars?
Yeah.
So he was obsessed, like, this, like, friend guy, he was obsessed with Star Wars, so Drake bought him a cut out big Princess Leia and got it signed by, like, someone in Star Wars. And for him, like, for his house. So then when People magazine interviewed him, or like the cast of SNL or whatever, they said, bring your favorite object from home. And he brought that.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And Drake found out recently that he was one of the people that wrote a letter defending Brian Peck. And he, like, didn't know the whole time.
But did the people who wrote the letters, did they know that it was Drake Bell?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Because some of them mention him by name in the letters.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
wow.
And also, if a lot of them came to the fucking courtroom thing, and, like, they could see fucking Drake. So.
That is so sad and insane.
Really sad, and, like, the fact that the letters just got released because, like, the stock requested them to be, like, uncovered is crazy. And, like, Drake did not know about this, like, this whole time.
They released them.
So am I. That is tea. And honestly, letters like that should be released. They should never be kept sealed. Release that shit.
If you're gonna write those letters, then you should. You ain't got
be prepared.
Yep.
Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, careers ended.
You.
Careers ended.
Fuck you.
They're done.
I hate these fucking people.
They're done.
Oh my god.
Yup.
And then this whole Diddy thing that's going on is
really
crazy. There's so much crazy stuff going on, y'all. Like,
so
there's too much to even cover.
Like, we've been talking for, like, an hour, and we haven't even, like...
scratched the surface.
I know, it's like... There's so much.
It's like the tip of the iceberg.
And it's like, I didn't want to, like, recap, like, the doc, but, like, you kind of have to the people that didn't watch it.
I think we added some extra shit, though, in here and there.
Well, I hope so. I feel like, is this episode, like, boring? Like, I feel like we're just, like, recapping shit, but also, like... I don't know.
But we gave our opinions. Like, I don't know.
I don't know either, but are we, like, missing anything that happened? Probably. Well, there's, like, there's so much that we're missing, honestly, but, like, there's so much that went on.
It was a lot, but also not much at all.
Exactly. Like,
there's just too much. There's so much. Like, there's so many child actors. There's so much more, y'all. There's just so much more. And this is barely any of it.
And people are saying, like, well, we want to see, like, the Disney version. Like, we want to see, like, what the Disney kids,
I
like,
do.
went through.
I also want to see Justin Bieber come out and tell us what the fuck happened to him.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
There's just so... Oh my god. I don't even want to get into all this other tea.
What?
There's just so much tea.
There's so much tea, like, right now.
The whole P. Diddy thing. So, you know how they raided his house?
Yeah, and they found tunnels.
What?
They found tunnels under his home.
In Miami?
I don't know which one.
Must have been. I did not hear that.
Yeah, there's, like, tunnels now that they found.
I heard
like,
that
trafficking.
People are saying that they're just pinning this on Diddy. Like, he's not actually the highest up in this, like, operation.
Of course he's not.
And people are speculating that Diddy might, like, try to also, like, drag down, like, other celebrities, like Justin Bieber. Like, people think that basically P. Diddy has a lot of blackmail on a lot of celebrities.
Well, you know what's gonna happen then.
What?
He's gonna get Epstein.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
Yeah, if he has dirt on people...
This is feeling very familiar.
Yeah, then, R.I.P. Rotten
It's giving
Fish.
deja vu, and the fact that TikTok is about to be like banned while all this is going
Oh
on.
my gosh, I know. It's so crazy.
This ain't a coincidence, y'all. Let me just tell you, like.
No, and then the bridge that collapsed.
Oh my god, I know.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even fucking hear about that until like today.
Well, it just happened like last night.
Still.
But you know what's even crazier?
What?
Is I don't think they're investigating it, and the federal government is just gonna pay for it all. And it was a foreign ship.
I'm so confused, like, how that even happened.
We all are. How they just conveniently lost power and just rammed into, like, the one pillar of the bridge that would collapse
And,
it.
like, how would they not signal, like, the authorities and, like, close the bridge?
You know, there's speculation about it. Some people are saying that they did, and, like, they shut the bridge down for, like, people, like,
I heard there was
going.
construction workers on
There
the
was,
bridge.
and they're the ones that died. I think 2 of them survived, and then the rest they can't find.
That's insane.
Yeah. And then I'm like, the way that it collapsed was also very sketch to me. I've never seen a bridge collapse like that. It just, like, crumbled like it was made out of paper.
Yeah, like the entire thing.
Yeah.
Just.
I'm like, that kind of is, like, really sketch to me. I'm sorry, but it is sketch to me.
It makes me so terrified of bridges. I'm
I've
like,
been terrified
no
of bridges.
thanks.
No one fucking gets it, but
No,
now
I
maybe they
definitely
get it.
But
Why do you think I bought it? I bought a tack pen to save my ass.
yeah, bro, I don't know, but
You shove that thing up in the fucking window, it cracks the window
well,
open, you
that
swim
bridge
out.
like collapsed on itself. Like those people weren't even just like hitting water, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
they got like smushed by debris and stuff for sure. Like the way that thing hit the water was really interesting. You know what I mean?
It just wasn't normal.
It was odd.
And like the way that like the federal government is just gonna pay for it so quickly, and like there's no investigation alleged, and like it smells really fishy to me.
So gnarly, so gnarly.
Real, something's up with that one.
That's
in my opinion,
crazy to think about. Like, just
it's
like,
horrible, and I'm like, I'm
woo.
so sick of these motherfuckers.
Shit's really hitting the fan in every
Shit
direction.
is hitting the fan, and I am just like,
Karma's
oh gosh.
a bitch. I should have known better. If I was, I don't even know the words.
It's like, when is their karma gonna come? Because the people that died on the bridge, what the fuck was that? They're innocent lives.
Once again.
It's always the innocent lives. It's always us, the peasants, getting killed and maimed, and they're in these motherfucking globalist fucking shits. And I'm fucking sick of it.
Well, it's their playground, and we're just living in it.
It really is. You know, we're like busting our asses 9 to 5 and barely making any money, barely scrapping by. And people are saying they want to take away TikTok because people are like earning a lot of money, which it's so easy.
Yeah.
And they don't like that.
Of course not.
Yeah. So they said that's another reason.
Oh, it gives us more power, freedom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like a lot more separation between wealthy and poor, but also there's a lot more wealthy people, I feel like, nowadays.
Because of like,
yeah,
social medias, and like they're getting creative, and also just people like with their businesses, and they can sell in the TikTok shop, or like they can reach more people. Advertising, like TikTok really helps.
Also just spreading
information, you know, that's like not controlled by our fucking government.
We need TikTok, y'all.
We need
I don't care what government or who the fuck owns that shit. We need it. So
we need that for now until like they ruin it. We need it.
This is really bad. So
it's crazy. And like, let us know if you guys want us to talk about the Ryan Garcia thing, because like I think I'm gonna make a video on that, but I'm also like, I don't want our channel taken down.
Yeah, shit's crazy.
I'm not no dumb motherfucker that's like, oh, is what he's saying, like, is he like manic? I'm like, no, bitch. Like, I motherfucking know what that bitch is saying, and that shit's real, bitch.
Well, Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot, and I feel like we, like, missed a lot.
I know, but this was a big cookie.
It was a big cookie.
We did forget something.
What did we forget?
The Ned's Declassified cast reacting to this fucking documentary.
Oh my gosh. Of course.
All I have to say to Ned's Declassified cast, fuck you, you irrelevant, weirdo, freak, loser bitches.
Freaks, losers.
No one gives a fuck about your dumb weirdo podcast. Be so fucking for real, and that's coming from my irrelevant ass, okay? Just sit the fuck down and shut up.
No one fucking cares about your boof podcast. Y'all are freaks.
They're also so rude, like, they had an entire different director. They didn't ever have to work with Dan Schneider. Like, you have no, like, room to stand. Like, you have no place to fucking, like, say anything. Just shut the fuck up.
So what happened was they were on a TikTok live and they were talking about this, like, Nick documentary, and people were asking them questions because they were on Nick. And all of a sudden, who is the Ned guy? What is his name?
I don't fucking
Daniel?
know. Just call him.
Or is that the other one?
I don't know.
Wait,
Just call him Ned.
Ned yells to Cookie, go to your hole before I grab your holes or something.
He makes, like, the most disgusting joke, like, while they're being asked on live about
the
Drake documentary and everything.
Daniel, we told you never to speak about that. Get back in your hole, Daniel, and give me your holes. Sorry, we shouldn't joke about this.
About, like, the part of Drake.
They make, like, such an insensitive fucking joke, like, and they're just, like, laughing and taking it so unseriously.
Yeah, so gross.
They got so much backlash.
As they should.
Seriously. And then they come back on their podcast to apologize. And they basically blame this entire thing on
multitasking.
On multitasking. Oh, well, he was working on, like, the computer editing, and I was just, like, joking around, and we were just multitasking.
And we weren't even talking about that.
And then they said they hadn't even seen the documentary yet, and they didn't know how serious it was.
What a joke.
It's like, dude, you didn't even have to see that shit to know how serious it was.
Literally.
We've all been knowing this for years. Like, did you not even hear about Jeanette McCurdy years ago? Like,
yeah.
So many fucking things. Like, just shut the fuck up. Like, you pick me little bitches. Like, the most irrelevant, untalked about show. Shut the fuck up.
Literally. And even in, like, when they were joking and saying, like, the weird, gross comment about holes. And also, this Ned guy and this Cookie guy, they are really weird with each other on this podcast.
They're all weird with each other. That girl is weird with them, too.
Oh, yeah, she's really weird.
Bro, they are weird.
They give,
people.
like, they say the creepiest things to each other.
They're seriously weird people.
But anyways, when he's saying, like, give me your holes to, like, the Cookie guy, he literally says, oh, shoot, like, we shouldn't be joking about this. We're sorry. It's like, we know what you're talking about. Like, we're not dumb.
And it's like, you obviously already know.
Yeah.
Like, so shut the fuck up.
Like, you're just a liar and trying to save your ass.
And, ooh, Josh Peck. Oh, Josh Peck, I want to roast you too.
Oh my god, fuck that guy. I hate that guy.
I do not like Josh Peck. I hate Josh Peck.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like him, Sam I am.
Fuck you, Josh Peck. Fuck you.
First of all, he wouldn't even say anything about this doc for days, and we already know, like, he disrespected Jeanette while she was on his podcast. That's why she never let him release it. He's just so disrespectful. He's disgusting.
He's such a little pick-me twat in, like, the worst way.
So everyone...
He's so insecure, so arrogant. Like, literally the definition of arrogant. You want to know arrogant? Look it up in the dictionary, you see a picture of that fucking bitch.
And then his podcast is called The Good Guys.
Of course it is. You're not a good guy if you have to call yourself a good guy. Just saying.
He's the opposite of a good guy. And anyway, so he literally wouldn't say anything about this doc for days and days. And then Drake Bell literally had to go on his own TikTok and be like, you guys, like, take it more easy on, you know, lighten up on him or something. Like, he reached out to me personally. And then finally Josh Peck, like, made it, like, a boo-boo ass statement that sounded PR.
On Instagram. That was typed up, not even, like, a video or anything.
Nope.
And then he followed that up with, like,
this random guy asking him, like, as a joke in a video, being like, Josh, do you hate when people ask you about Drake and Josh? And Josh is, like, sarcastically responding, and he's like, no, like, I love it. Like, I love that, like, that show or whatever. Just being, like, an arrogant asshole, basically, like, mocking the fact that he was on Drake and Josh.
Wow.
All the comments were like, that's literally the only reason why we know who you are.
Literally,
like,
only
I don't
reason.
know who Josh Peck thinks he is. He really thinks he's, like, this, like, insanely credible actor or something. It's like, dude.
Well, he thinks he's relevant because of Vlog Squad.
We literally only know you
Literally.
from Drake and Josh. That's the only reason why you were even in the Vlog Squad, for the bit of the fact that you were in Drake and Josh. It was just a bit, babe. You're just a bit.
Just a bit.
Like, be so fucking for real
Don't
with yourself.
Get it twisted, boo-boo.
You are a sad, pathetic,
pathetic
person.
bitch.
And we all know that, like, as you lost weight, like, you are just, like, still...
You lost personality.
And you're just still an insecure little fat boy. So shut the fuck up.
No, literally, I'm so sick of these, like, obese people losing weight and then becoming, like, the drones and, like, the nasty, like, crusty-ass bitches. Like,
Jonah Hill, I'm looking at you.
Jonah Hill, Fat Amy.
I'm looking at you, Fat Amy.
I'm like, they lose the weight, they lose themselves.
If that's the case, then we need to get Lizzo on Ozempic.
Because she needs to lose herself, like, today.
Hashtag Lizzo, put Lizzo on Ozempic 2024.
No, literally,
I'm
like,
sick of these people. Woo!
That shit needs to go. Like, she needs to change.
Oh, we are ballsy for that one. But I don't even care, dude.
Oh my fucking gosh, wait a second. They say it's closed now? Pyology is closed?
I told you, bitch. I told you were sleeping on that shit.
Wait, but it said it was open till 9:40. Oh my gosh! I'm going to kill someone. That's all I fucking wanted was this pizza.
Well, you can kill me.
Why?
I really want a sweet treat.
Well, I'm, like, hungry and I just wanted biology. Great. There's gonna be nothing else open that's gluten-free. Oh, Blaze Pizza's still open. Closes soon. Closes at 9:40. Okay, I really wanted biology, but I guess I'm just gonna have to settle for this and, like, just pray for me. I'm gonna add all this in here too so everyone can just enjoy me ordering food. Anyways, is there anything else that, like, we want to add?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's... Well, I mean, like, there's so much. Like, there's even this one scene of, like, I think years ago when Drake and Josh were, like, in a car and talking about their, like, how they lost their V cards. And the way that Drake lost his, I believe, was the essay from Brian Peck. So, like, the way he was answering was just, like... It was really sad. Yeah. It was so sad. And, like, Josh was not picking up on it.
Josh
like,
Peck doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't.
He's probably, like, just, like, upset that, like, nobody in their right mind even wanted him at all.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, Josh Peck strikes me as, like, he's, like, really sick in the head, like, in a really narcissistic, weird way. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I do not fuck with Josh Peck. I do not fuck with you, Josh Peck. Goodbye.
Well, he's
canceled.
a narcissist.
Yeah, he is. He's a narcissist.
I'm so fucking done with that guy, dude.
Well, I'm so fucking done with this video.
Yeah, I think everyone's done with this video at this point. If you made it this far, what should they drop?
If you made it this far...
I'm, like, so scared for this pizza, but, like...
If you made it this far, make a comment that says, Josh Peck is lame.
Josh Peck is lame.
Write that shit in the comments if you made it this far.
Okay, everyone. That's our video. Please subscribe. Please fucking subscribe. I want to quit my booth job. I'm being tortured. Please subscribe, please. What is it gonna take? Come on. This is like our 34th video.
That's
please.
Crazy. Wow, damn.
I know, it's fucking crazy. Should I order this pizza?
Yeah.
I should.
No.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. Can we end the video and then fucking answer?
I only have 4 minutes left to order.
Then end the video.
We have to sing. Touch the taxi cab. Touch the taxi cab. Touch the taxi cab.
When you're walking around and you're late, you need a taxi cab. Oh, you need to escape that guy. Escape that man. Escape, Brian. Escape, Nickelodeon. Get in your taxi cab to escape Dan Schneider and Brian Peck and Josh Peck and his fatness. Taxi cab. Taxi cab.
Subscribe.
Enjoy your Waz!
Toot your pickle.
Here comes that feeling.
That is a quality foot.
Enjoy my monkey fur.
That is so not tight. I'm a cube-fist man.
Y'all can stare at me, but it's still bad.
More power!
Sometimes I do it to myself.
Yay! I love excitement.
I can't take it anymore.
What about your spicy tuna balls? I don't want to get blackballed. I hate everything. Is this gonna hurt?
Probably. I'm uncomfortable. There was a grenade in my toilet.
I would consider doing that.
I am gonna kill you so hard!
You have that dream too?
Ooh, it's all tingly.
I will pop your head like a zit.
Beg me.
I'm a bad boy, aren't I?
It's average.
I thought this was a closet party.
I've always wanted to see a bouzet.
I had a burrito for breakfast. Was it the onions?
My box has spoken.
You could. Waz.
I gotta find my muffin.
What are you into? I like it. But it hurts.
Lick my loafers, Debbie. You're holding your banana backwards.
Looks like we have a long night of snuggling ahead of us.